checking in for today's daily update, and I'm just driving back from Cheshire. Been up to visit my dad today. I've got Fern in the car with me, my 11-year-old daughter now. She's my camera woman. And actually thinking about it, this is the first time anybody else has been holding the camera on one of these daily videos, and probably only the second time that anybody's even been in earshot of me doing them. So Fern, think yourself very privileged.
I do.
Good. As I've been out, not a great deal has happened today with regards forging forwards in the direction of the goal of becoming an established motivational wellbeing speaker. That said, over the course of the weekend, I received an interesting email from somebody I've been working with through one of my online programs recently, who was responding to an email that I sent out probably a couple of weeks ago. And it was the email that I spoke about in these very videos, and I had this kind of flash of a moment in one of these emails, one of these videos, where I realised I wasn't actually doing everything that I could possibly do to tell my story, to let people know what I was doing, etc., etc. So I wrote an email. That was one of the things I said I was going to do. That was the email. That was the email that he was responding to, interested in and inquiring about what exactly I do speak about at corporate events. He said that they'd had someone in who was pretty weak, and obviously now he knows a bit more about me. He's worked with me for a little while, interested in finding out a bit more. He's not a booker, but he can certainly make that introduction. And this told me a couple of interesting things. First of all, that doing that sort of thing, it works. And that might be one response out of the thousands of people who received that email and potentially read the article that I wrote as well on the same subject. But it's still a response that I probably wouldn't have got if I hadn't been telling the story in that way. So that's kind of the first thing. Yay, it works. Even if it doesn't come to anything. So that was the first thing. The second thing was, his question was, what do I speak about? Do I have anything that just outlines the sorts of things that I talk about and share in my presentations? And that kind of struck me as being an interesting question, and a very good question, because actually maybe that's the other thing that I'm not clear about. I talk about being a motivational wellbeing speaker, but what on earth does that mean? What do I speak about? Which audiences do I help? How do I help them? And I talk in, sometimes I admit it, I talk in some fairly vague and abstract language. I was thinking about that in yesterday's video. I was talking about stories and beliefs and thinking, geez, why don't I just come up with some examples to demonstrate this? And perhaps that's something that I need to do more of in my messaging, is actually share more about the things that I do, the things that I talk about, the stories of companies and organizations that I have worked with, talks that I've actually given. And I'm prepared to give. And so this was kind of an interesting realization over the course of this weekend. I've not got back to the chap yet. I'll be doing that first thing tomorrow morning. But I thought it would be good fodder for today's daily update. So there we go. That's where I am with things at the moment. I'll probably get back at about 10:30, hence wanting to do the video now, so I can upload it as soon as I get back and tick the box that I've done it and I've been thinking about the goal and doing all of those good things as well. So there we go, there's my daily update. Thanks Fern for holding the camera.
Yes.
And I will be checking in again tomorrow with some real work updates. Bye for now.